quickly take their uniform off because they are vulnerable.
There is no way, from the layman's point of view.
Thank you very much, Kevwe. To come and do their wire fell down and their what the R is V in mafia manager called Yaka from the Titikapi became a worse godfather than everywhere.
Good morning. Welcome to 101 on TSN Nigerian TV. We have with us in the studio this morning the State Coordinator, Public Works Volunteer Scheme at the President of Minister Mokhtar Yusuf Osage.
Good morning.
You're welcome on set, sir.
Thank you very much.
Now let's bring us to speed on the activities of the State's Public Works Volunteer Scheme.
Yeah, the State Public Works Volunteer actually started operations in May 7th, 2017. At then, it was not known as a Public Works Volunteer Scheme. Then it was a group of persons that actually came out to salvage the state of the menace that was going on at that particular time after the coronation of Reverend Father, the Oba Eri Gidigan II. And the SSG being the chairman of, that's Barrister Sadiongi SSG at the state government, being the chairman of Operation Cleanup Project, actually met with these people, market women, traditional rulers and all that, and the need for us to actually clean up the city. So the first operation, after we've actually given them, notice, and public awareness, there was jingles, there was a lot of things on air, radio and all that, to actually tell these people to leave these areas. But normally, our people will always be recalcitrant. But by the night of May 7th, we went out for the first cleanup, and when people woke up on Monday morning, they saw the beautiful King Square and the name Operation We Can See, emanated, and that is where we are today. But along the line, when the governor saw what we're doing, and it was actually, we give ourselves a name along the line, when it was almost being adjusted. We streamlined the people that was involved to a very few number, and we called it a Public Works Guard. That name actually came from the SSG, but along the line, when the governor saw about 7 to 8 months, 9 months that the SSG was running it, so when the governor saw that it was really, yielding some really positive results, and people were appreciating it, and we were clearing, and the governor being a person that appreciates good things, subscribed to it and said they should be drafted into the system, whereby allowances were now being approved for staffs. And he said, since we started on a volunteer basis, so that volunteer thing should be remembered. So that's what gives back to public works.
I remember, if I am to bring you to speed on this issue, I remember then the operation of clean up over King Square was already done by Kevwe Ventures.
No, it was not.
Okay, but we saw
okay. When I said like men, a lot of people came out.
Okay.
Tony Kabaka came out at that time. Okay. I came out. Former driver welfare people. A lot of people came out. It was like, an operation to salvage the city, because during the coronations we had to move through Lagos Street, and there was market everywhere. We had to start driving people from the road for the Oba to pass, and this thing was like very annoying. So we came out, but along the line, when administrativeness needed to come in, so we streamlined to what you have today.
Okay.
So today is basically administrative.
Then there was
a general.
Then you are saying now that there was no formal arrangement or formal.
It was just volunteer basis.
Nobody was assigned. Kevwe Ventures was.
Nobody was assigned to be maybe the head or coordinator. Okay, no. So just people coming and said.
The question I want to ask is this:
yes.
After the operation, why Yusuf Osage? Why Mokhtar Yusuf Osage? Why?
I was one of the heads during the volunteer.
Kevwe Venture was one of the heads.
Yes, we have a lot of people that came out with their group.
With their group. Okay.
This one came out with the group. But before now,
okay.
I had like 14 months of very bad experience in the previous administration as chairman of the State Committee on Environment. So maybe basically I was more experienced because because during our time we tried to stop. Because if you can remember during the coronation, there was a time they said no trading within the square.
Yeah.
The square was cleaned.
Yeah.
For a few days.
Yeah.
It was a test run by us.
Okay, to see how
they can. So we had a blueprint before. So when this one came up, so we just like that thing we said.
I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
when you said a lot of groups, they came in. Okay, there were a lot of groups.
I love
the leaders, they came together to clean up the city.
The savage.
To savage the city. When you were not appointed.
Now, what happened at the time? That's what I said before. We had to streamline.
Okay, so why didn't you?
Now these people.
Co-opt this guy.
These people. Some of their former workers are working with us today.
Okay, they are working.
Yes, and that's why if you see some of the people we have today have been refined. There are some faces you see today. Say, some people say, we know these people now, but they've been refined. The ones who couldn't refine, we lay them off. The ones who could refine, they were ready to work, to take a new leave, are still working with us today.
Okay.
And today you can see some of them speaking good English. Some of them they go back to.
Do you take them abroad for training?
No, yeah, we see. We some of them go. We've gone to police training severally. Yes, Ogida Barracks, the police call Ogida Barracks. We had 2 weeks, intensive course.
Any plan of you giving hands to these guys?
No.
Even with
no.
Okay.
It's a civil enforcement unit that works in collaboration with the police. So when we have hiccups that we cannot handle, we have policemen working with us as well. We work with all the law enforcement agencies at there for us to run through.
When we posted this interview online, the comments.
I saw the comments. Yes. Now listen, let me tell you about it. I'm sorry to use this word.
Okay.
I'm a Muslim, but I believe in Christianity.
Okay.
If our Lord Jesus Christ had 12 disciples, and one betrayed him, and the other one denied him, out of 12, then in 200, how many do you think I will have?
You should have none.
I should have plenty.
None.
Let me tell you why. There's no perfect organization.
Okay, great.
You must have bad eggs. But the ability for us to fish them out, that is why we've come with what we're wearing our uniform. Our uniform has tags with number. What I'm wearing is 001. You see it on my forehead, even on the jacket. So over times I've told people my number is out there. It's on radio, it's on Facebook. When you see this person's misbehaving, please contact us. Because the modern chieftain says, according to our history, that I can only deny for the child in my belly, but I can't deny for the child behind me. They might be walking through the market and the child will pick up one piece of meat or something, and they'll say your child has stolen. You say it's a lie. And when you get there, it's true. So now we know the kind of people we're dealing with. We know we're dealing with human beings, and human beings could be very, very dynamic. So to reduce the corruption and the misbehaving and all that, every officer has an identification number, and you have the right to see any of them misbehaving. You report them. I can tell you that, man, they know what happens. Because I want to tell you another thing. Do you know we have our disciplinary measures? Some of our workers go on frog jump, depends on the gravity of their offense. In these operations, more than 15 of our staffs have gone to local. I am of the saying that says the enforcer can be enforced when the enforcer is found wanted. The law that contravenes the offender contravenes the enforcer as well. So that is it.
Okay. Now I want to ask you this question. Your staff.
Yes.
A lot of persons are complaining about them.
Yeah. And a lot of persons are appreciating them as well.
Yeah, a lot of persons are appreciating them.
Yes.
But we have so many negative reports.
Yeah.
Because if you go online, it's what they call review.
Yeah.
You are reviewing the activity of a lot of persons feel that the caliber of persons that you have in your force, it goes a long way to determine how these guys they behave.
Okay.
Because they feel that pool is filled with riffraffs, it's filled with cultists, it's filled with laybacks in the society. You saw the comment you have on our page.
So
how do you streamline?
Okay, now.
Yes, your intakes. How do you streamline it?
Let me tell you something. When you're fighting corruption will fight back. The persons we've asked to leave the road, you think they don't have access to Facebook? Okay, the bus drivers that we've contravened, you think they don't have access to Facebook?
They do.
Okay, what do you expect?
To fight back.
They'll fight back. They'll tell you all sorts of things.
So are you not saying?
But the beautiful thing, I'm not saying that we don't have one or two elements, because I don't work with them. As when I say I don't work with them, I don't spend every 1 minute. I have like 7 zones in Benin. I can't be at the 7 places at the same time.
Can I ask you this question?
Let me answer one first.
Let me ask you this because this will help us understand the activity. Is POO a revenue generating agency?
No, it's an enforcement and line of enforcement. levies are being paid.
So you look at the cameras now and tell me now, is there any target given to you?
No.
Monthly target given to you?
See, the essence of POV is not the enforcement. It's not about generating money. It's about instilling sanity and discipline.
So no target whatsoever?
No target. No target.
So if at the end of the year, you come up with zero...
If at the end of the year there's no money, we didn't raise any money, and the street is clean, there is 100% compliance, the government will be happy.
So why are you not adopting community service?
We do. We have community service.
More of community service.
Okay, now listen.
More.
Listen now.
Okay.
A bus driver is contravened for picking passenger in the wrong place. And in terms of apprehending the vehicle, the bus driver run away, and the bus is taken to the office. Where are you going to send for community service?
Then they come back to pick.
You don't see them. The problem that we are having now is the handover drivers. I used to call them tramadol drivers. People say I shouldn't say that. You see them, they are on best skin while driving. You see them, they are smelling in their hand, they are drunk. Those are the ones, if you want to apprehend them, they cause accident for you. They fight you. My staffs have been kidnapped severally. There was a staff I had to recover from the moat. He was half dead. Maybe I would have showed you pictures from my phone and see what they did to some of our staffs. You understand? So the job is actually hazardous. Okay, imagine enforcing bus drivers at somewhere like 30 Circular, Third Junction. And you know the kind of people we have at Popular Third Junction. You know how Third Junction used to be before and how Third Junction is right now. It took us a whole lot to do that. I've been beaten before. I've been hit by a bus driver before. I woke up at Central Hospital, but that didn't deter me. I had to go back to the field because now we say the job is difficult and somebody had to be at the car. It takes a man that have business in Edo to clean Edo. We can't run away from it. Lagos was worse than this before, but people stood up, even with all the names. Now we're talking about questionable people. Kevwe, Modupe, 20 years ago you were not doing this job, you were doing something else. Somebody that knew you 20 years ago and seeing you doing this now, the person might not have known that you've taken a new leave, or maybe the only thing that is constant in life is change. So you cannot judge somebody 100% of his past.
So what do you do to refine these guys? That's the question.
But that's what I just told you.
Okay, they go for training, police training.
Now they've gone for police training twice.
Okay.
They've gone for information gathering twice.
Okay.
And two, have seminars. And I keep on lecturing them too. We have meetings over and over and over. And the good thing is that we welcome critics 100%.
Do you do security checks on these guys?
Very well.
You know where they stay?
Very well. They have a file.
Okay, they have a file.
They have a shorty.
Okay.
You understand? I just told you that some of the ones that misbehaved before now have gone to local prison for 2 weeks. And when you don't come back to the job. We've laid off more than 45. It's a popular saying that somebody was telling me, I said, you've made proof of sacrifice. I said, yes. I said, when the feather is bad on the body of the bird, what does the bird do?
Now, the question I want to ask is this. Your area of concentration have done intelligence gathering on your activity.
Yeah.
So I have clips to back up what I'm saying now.
Yeah.
It's more, you concentrate more on the drivers. Is it because they are the one that have...
Okay, now, let me tell you what happened about the drivers. What you enjoy today on our roads, that the road is free, is because of the drivers, the bus drivers. Now, the bus driver, you're driving behind the bus driver, and the next day he pulls over, he picks passenger. What happened to you? There's a problem. The bus driver is lining up in the road on both sides. What happens? The road is blocked. So what we do, the bus drivers, if the bus drivers can actually comply 80%, you have because of what we are doing, that's why you have free access on the road. Now, the X-Man is actually basically enforcing private and other vehicles plus the commercial, but the real problem you have on the street. Okay, let me tell you something, but did you realize that during the election period that we went on the short break for like 4 or 5 days, you know what happened to Edo? King Square and Ibini and all that, it was blocked.
So why did you go on that break?
Okay, now, Robota is our office.
Okay.
And Robota is a collation center for Edo South.
Okay.
For all the elections.
Okay.
And sensitive materials were inside there. And there's no how you can start arresting people.
So you cannot have a makeshift.
Where are you going to put them? So now we're working on that now.
Okay.
Now we've seen that look, elections will come. Where are we going to be?
Because enough of the perception.
I'm telling you, sir, elections will come. What's going to happen? So now, What you see in that last time will happen anymore. Even when the elections are here, we're still going to be working because now we will have something else.
You know why I want to put it? Say once is happenstance, twice is coincidence, three is enemy action. We've seen over time successive government in these states. Whenever it's time for election, they relax the laws that seems to be draconian to the people. For example, the last government under Adam Saliu Shimola, you know, this trade on the walkway was stopped. But once the election, the traders in ready mindset of the government that come on, these guys are not going to enforce the law the way they should enforce the law. Therefore, they return back.
Now, okay, let me answer you.
Okay.
If you look at what previous administration have done during elections, you know, relaxing enforcement, and if you see what happened the last one, I'm talking about just 4 days. And you know, that 4 days was actually collation process. I don't know if you understand.
Okay.
After the 4 days, we're back on the field. And people are like,
are you not seeing an imminent danger?
No, I'm coming, we're back on the field. And we said, I said, look, how do we actually stop this? Whereby even when the election is running, we can still be working. We work on Sundays.
I want to ask you a question. I'm
coming. You don't want me to finish my answers. Let me ask you the question. Give me time to. I know we're time bound.
Okay.
Now, subsequent elections to come, I will tell you, the only day you will see us on the field working, maybe on the election day, a day to the election we work, the next day we work. Because now our office were being used for the election process, but we're having an alternative now, even when election is going on.
So this is my question.
Yes.
My question is, you've been in operation for 2.5 years now.
2 years.
Okay, 2 years now. You've been in operation for 2 years now, and just for 4 days that your guys are not on the streets, these guys are back to the streets.
No, that
means that you're not creating a system.
No, listen.
If you're creating a system,
let me tell you.
In just 4 days, these guys should return back to the market.
Let me tell you. Now, our people are very law abiding. Tell the police to go off for 1 day and see the crime that will happen in Edo.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand.
Okay.
So that is why I'm telling you now that the operation, the stress in the job is so enormous that we don't go on vacations. We don't observe Christmas. We don't observe Salah. I'm a Muslim. On Salah, they are going to work. Because the persons are ready to sell on the road. They are waiting for you to leave. And they have ready-made buyers. And the problem is this. You say, okay, don't pick passengers here. The passengers are ready to wait there to enter the vehicle. I don't know if you're getting it. So, at every given time, there must be an officer there standing. And you know, somebody will get tired. We had a case of when one of our officers threw away one woman's rights or something. You saw it?
Yeah,
Somebody asked me what I said, look, the officer was overzealous. And that is not the rule of our engagement. We have rule of engagement. But the only thing that saved the officer from being sacked was that there was no corruption levied to either. They've been giving him money he asked for money and all that. But due punishment was levied on him. He had to sweep King's Square for like my officers. I promised them do this community service. I have erring officers go to waste management board to clear grass. If you see that they are clearing some grass, people clear grasses. Some of those people that clear grasses are poor staffs. You go there 3 weeks, 1 month, then you come back, you do it again, you face probation, you do it again, you're out. We kick you out. Because other people are ready. When we started this job, people were not ready to work with us. People were saying, that's saying people, this is not work. But along the line, because they saw that it was different from the regular enforcement. And I will tell you, in life you grow. This state has never witnessed this kind of enforcement before. And I will tell you something that actually kept us going. You cannot enforce who you've collected money from.
Yeah.
Now, why it didn't work in the last time is that you collect money from street traders and tell them, don't sell here, sell up to this place. Then tomorrow you come and drive them. You know what will happen to you? They will mop you. You can't enforce them. But that has not happened in this. That is why you see we are having this result.
I mean, the state government was mobilizing you guys very well.
It's not really about mobilization, it's about passion.
Okay.
It's about passion. The job is all about passion.
Okay.
So now you are saying, we've been in Edo for so many years and we've never seen King Square this free. Come on. And some persons did it. That will go a long time. It's part of their CV already. It's part of my CV already.
I want to wrap up this show. This is the question I'm going to ask you.
All right.
A direct question, that will lead me to my next question.
Okay.
Your resumption time is when?
7 a.m.
Your closing time is when?
Depends on the area.
Okay, now in King Square. Okay, now let's take the popular Third Junction.
Okay.
When do you go?
Okay, now because we don't have enough police parking at Third Junction, there's no street lights, and the place is very volatile, and killings and all that. I'm scared for my staff. I don't want situation whereby a bus driver that you've arrested during the daytime, you go and mobilize people out. And actually, we've arrested even criminals at that toll junction, whereby we give information to the police, whereby people were arrested with arms, with guns. We've arrested a bus driver. Because of, I just came around and said, check this bus. Raise up the seat and we'll find a quarter-sized barrier. You know, how to hand over such drivers to the police and all that. So I can't, endanger.
Okay, so when do you close there?
7 o'clock, 6:37, we are done
Now,
with
have you gotten any reports so far that once it's 7,
now,
trading...
now, once it's 7, we're no longer there.
Okay.
So you can understand the importance of our...
So what are you doing to now you identify...
So now, I'm coming. If you look at King Square, there's lights in King Square. We walk up to 9.
Okay.
King Square. The beautiful thing is this. I was expecting you to ask me. The government is recruiting like 3,000 staffs right now. We're going to be on shift. And the operation whereby Ziga is just 6 months old. So a lot of things are being tested on, bureaucracy and all that. I'll tell you in the next shortest time, you see us in every nook and cranny of this state, and you will see us working on shift. You will see us working on the night, and you will see us in schools. Let me tell you, if you look at the case of Kevwe and Akenswa, about this secondary school courtism and all that, since we've been there, the thing has subsided.
So you handle the issue of courtism too?
I just told you what's happening about the Kevwe College.
Okay.
The state government has to draft some of us there to make sure that there's sanity. For the first time, the principal said they've never had exams and they don't invite police. For the first time, they had a peaceful exam and everybody went home. There was no fight and nothing. And I look at that of Benin Insurance. All our home matches, there was no report of violence because we were there. So there's a lot of things that we do because our people are trained. And now you're not going to bring ghosts to come and do this job. You're going to use your people to do it and refine them, train them in the job.
Okay.
Nobody brought knowledge from heaven.
Now you raised up 2 points.
Yeah.
There is no street light around that area.
And government is working on it already. And we've written all this. We've done all those complaints.
So how soon are we going to see your men?
Once this recruitment is, we've done training for some, but now there are one or two things that we are actually looking at. Proof is going really big, as in community policing. You agree with me that you posting a police officer from Lagos or from Kaduna, he doesn't know the interiors of Upper Bomba. There's nothing, there's more of nothing that this police officer can do. But when you have people from the community working with government, gathering from informations and giving to police, you have effective policing.
Hope we're not going to experience the same issues we had with neighborhood watch.
This is not good. One thing about this government, the government of Godwin Obaseki, led by government of Godwin Obaseki, will not give you any responsibility without training you, and you cannot have ghost workers because it's
neighborhood watch they were trained, and we were told they were trained, retrained, overtrained.
Who trained neighborhood watch?
We were told they were trained and retrained.
Did you see any of their training?
I don't know.
Okay, now look,
they were told. Just when you say you're trained, I've not seen your training.
I can see you clips.
Yeah.
I can show you clips.
They can show us. They can show us.
Okay, now let me tell you something. One thing I know about this government. You cannot be a ghost worker in this government. If I, Mukta Yusuf Sagi, can wear uniform from Monday to Sunday, it speaks volume. I will tell you that. You can ask my staffs. They resume, they come to work. At the end of the month, we do our validation every month to know the ones that are sick, the ones that have not been coming to work. And when you miss your duty for 1 month without excuse, you're gone. Straight. So the government is straight. And so every organs of the government, you can see there's improvement. I don't know if you understand. So I will tell you, and now, look at the enforcement you are, look at the ESMA of today, look at the PRO of today, and look at the tax force you had before. We cannot deny the fact that things are being done. We are seeing improvement. So what we are doing right now is to consolidate on those improvements and sustain the improvements. Sustainability is what we are working on right now, whereby even years to come, the foundation is there. Anybody that is coming on board, anybody that's going to take over from me, we build on it.
Thank you very much. This is where we're going to call it a day.
God bless
Thank you very much, Mr. Mokhtar Yusuf El-Saige, for stopping by to discuss with us concerning the activities of the Edo State Public Works scheme. You say it's not a scheme now,
yeah, it's a scheme,
it means that it's bound to stay even after this.
Yeah, it's a scheme.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming by.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.